Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have 3 topics to discuss with you in this very latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. They are designed to tantalize all of the senses. Bitboy Crypto, run by Ben Armstrong, one of the very largest cryptocurrency channels on all of the YouTubes with currently 1.38 million subscribers, and I'm happy, I'll tell you what, I'm happy that he happens to be very pro XRP. He believes that XRP is going to go on what he was calling a pre-rally, effectively, and doubling in price from the current rate, a little over that actually, in a matter of just weeks. And I know that he's not like a chart analyst per se, but I'll tell you what, I'm seeing some bold expectations from a lot of people, big names in crypto, and so I wanted to talk about this one. And part of what he said, I strongly agree with. Now, I'm not going to make a price prediction, but I did transcribe some of what he said in a recent video, and I want to talk about it just a little bit. Also, David Schwartz, who of course is Ripple CTO, co-creator of the XRP ledger, he had some incredible stuff to say about XRP and the XRP ledger that he said is quite literally mind-blowing. And specifically what he was talking about, it does mean the wide adoption of XRP, frankly. And also XRPL Labs, which happens to have been funded through Ripple's Spring initiative, which has been rebranded. Spring's been rebranded anyway to Ripple X, and there's been some changes to it. This entity, they've made a major progress with a central bank. So I'll share that at the end of the video. But before going further, I do want to be clear: I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, worth mentioning at the time I'm recording this, given the fact that Ben Armstrong, who runs Bitboy Crypto, has been shared a bit about his price expectations for XRP. Worth mentioning where XRP is at the time I'm recording this, and it's at $1.20. Which, frankly, I don't mind. I understand because the SEC case, the XRP price is easily, arguably suppressed, thanks to the SEC going after Ripple. I tell you what, though, it's still moving in tandem. I happen to agree with a big chunk of what Bitboy Crypto actually said here, which isn't always the case. And nothing against him; he's fine. I just find, in terms of analysis, it's not uncommon for me to feel a little bit differently. But in this particular case, most of what he said, I'm pretty well on board, actually. So here it is right here. Let me just get my paper because I actually did transcribe part of what he said. Which is because I prefer to not play video clips on this channel. I keep that to about 0% of my content, like very close to 0 of it. So anyway, he was having a conversation with somebody on the channel there, and he said the following. Now, this is a quote from him. Obviously, a lot of XRP is moving. You see the price of XRP, it's starting to rise. The price of XRP can double to $2.50 even before the SEC lawsuit is settled officially. But there's a price point to look for. And then he went on to state that he's talking within the coming weeks. Not months, but within the coming weeks. And so, look, I don't know. I don't pretend to know when this stuff is going to pop, but it is fascinating. And I don't know if he's getting these expectations from a number of different analysts. Who knows? I don't know for sure who he all is following, but the analysts that I follow do say sooner than later we're going to see the next leg up for XRP, and there is this expectation that whatever we see there, that's not going to be part of like the blow off top for the cycle, at least not for XRP. We're talking about a leg up to and he said 250 here. Some of the analysts that I follow, though, they're talking about back up to all-time high, so maybe closer to $4. Some say maybe a little over $5, pullback, and then a huge burst up. And so then in this video clip, he was speaking to somebody and said, so do you feel like after the lawsuit, $10 for XRP is still in play? And he said with strong conviction and this is where I'm really on board with him. He said, for sure. No question about it. I don't care if Bitcoin tops out in December and this thing is not over until the first or second week of January. It can still go that parabolic towards the end, especially if it's still at $2.50 or more. And so when I say I'm on board, it's not me making a price prediction. It's more so the concept of XRP rallying without this clarity from the regarding the SEC versus Ripple case. I seriously believe, like, even without it, I just don't think that it's going to matter, because XRP provably is moving in tandem with the rest of the market at this point. I just and look, again, I've said this before. If you've not heard this, please take this to heart. And if you think I'm wrong, you tell me why. Because when cryptocurrencies go parabolic, I'm telling you, and you'll know this, you should know this anyway, if you were here in 2017 when everything was shooting off, it was not about utility. Every cryptocurrency that I looked at, and I've looked at an insane number of them, they had the same chart formation. So like if I showed you a chart from one crypto to the next, and I took away the name and the numbers, I was like, which one's this? You'd be like, I don't know, Bitcoin. Okay, which one's this one? I don't know, is it Bitcoin? And the next one, I don't know, is that Bitcoin? They look the damn same. They really seriously did. It was absolutely astonishing. They all popped off at about the same period of time. And so again, it's not that people all come in like, ooh, every single one of these now looks like they can solve all the world's problems or anything like that, and we're all going to invest in all of them at roughly the same time and then take the money out at roughly the same time. No, that's not what happened. Money rotated through the crypto space. That's all that happened. It wasn't about utility. It was about a money grab. That was it. And so I don't see the investment in the roughly 13,000 cryptocurrencies that are on the planet today. I don't see that being based on actual real world utility or adoption. Just a bunch of people speculating, and a lot of it's true greed, and I recognize that as well. And that's, this is what you get in nascent markets. You saw the same thing during the .com boom and bust. And so when Ben Armstrong here, Bitboy Crypto, is talking about $10 XRP, look, I don't know how high XRP is going to get this market cycle, but that is not wacky. In fact, if anything, $10 to me sounds conservative. Like, even if XRP just gets to where Ethereum has already been in terms of market cap, yeah. And that happened last market cycle. And so unless you think that XRP is going to be the only cryptocurrency not to move in tandem with the rest of the market, guess what's going to happen? So we'll see. We'll see, but that's how I'm looking at it personally. Now, next, I came across this, thanks to my fellow XRP YouTuber, Crypto Eddie, shared a clip here of David Schwartz giving a presentation, and I actually just finished watching this before recording this video. This is, by the way, part of what will help my video and the topics discussed here tantalize all the senses. Not one, not two, not three, not just a few senses. It tantalizes all the senses, which you've probably noticed at this point in your hot jam journey. And so this clip I listened to is 52 seconds long. I was like, huh, this is interesting. I like to hear everything that I can from David Schwartz. And so I looked up the name of this entity, which I wasn't familiar with, NASSCOM Annual Tech Conference of 2021. So I pulled them up, and surprisingly, so it was actually from 4 days ago, but this YouTube channel, I guess, is just not particularly well known, and so this video only had 124 views. It was at 109 when I started watching it anyway. And it was absolutely fantastic. Not surprisingly, that's the usual when you watch content from David Schwartz. It's always just a pleasure to watch him give a presentation, his thoughts in general about crypto, everything he had to say about Ripple, the company, and the XRP ledger, central bank digital currencies. And so anyway, I watched the whole thing. And he was talking about central bank digital currencies, and he was kind of making the argument why he's pro central bank digital currencies. And really, and I've said that too. Like, I don't necessarily have a huge problem with that. Governments can always overreach. So yes, there's the concern that governments can overreach and have all sorts of additional tracking, this and that. And well, look, that can happen even without technology like this. So it's up to really society at large, whatever country you live in, to make sure that whatever country you're part of, if you don't want that, make sure that doesn't happen. Easier said than done in some jurisdictions, let's say here. But he made some incredible points here. And so I wanted to share with you the portion that was transcribed in this video clip from Crypto Eddie. And check this out. So again, this is from David Schwartz here. And the excitement from him was actually quite palpable. He said, imagine every major institution in the world, and I mean every major institution in the world, able to settle every major asset. That's dollars, that's rupees, that's euros, that's Japanese yen, you name it, with every other institution in a compatible jurisdiction. You're not going to see United States banks settle with North Korean banks, obviously. So again, every major institution in the world settling every major fiat asset with every major institution in a compatible jurisdiction in seconds for pennies or fractions of a penny. How is that not mind-blowing? Every institution in the world can move every fiat asset to every other institution in the world in seconds for a penny, as long as the jurisdictions are legally compatible. How is that not an incredible big deal? That can happen when the systems are independently secure and interoperable. That is a very big deal. And so this goes back to why Ripple has been a strong proponent for central bank digital currencies, which seems like an inevitability at this point anyway. And so they created a central bank digital currency, a private ledger, which is based on the XRP ledger because it's freaking blazing fast. And it is centralized. It's a centralized blockchain. And David Schwartz in this presentation, he talked about why that would make more sense than a database, which is outside the scope of this video, but I encourage you to check this out after this video, but not before. You're not allowed to leave this video until this content is consumed. No, I'm kidding. You do whatever you want. But no, I do encourage you for real to watch. Like it's incredible. Like the wealth of knowledge that David Schwartz is, which isn't surprising to anybody given that he's a literal genius that created the XRP ledger. So there is that. But no, this is part of the plan though, because these central bank digital currencies, yeah, we're talking about interoperability here, but they don't by nature interoperate with one another. If you want to convert an asset from one asset to another, you need a bridge. You need to make markets. And you're not going to have a market made for every single asset necessarily. There's tons of them, especially in an increasingly tokenized world. So you need something to bridge them. And XRP Ledger, with XRP as the native digital asset of the XRP Ledger, it's perfectly positioned as a bridge currency. It's one of the most liquid cryptocurrencies on the planet, and there's no sign of that slowing down. So where do you think this is all going to go? Like, can you imagine the level of adoption for XRP another decade out? As long as something disastrous doesn't happen and unforeseen. But like I don't even know what the hell that would be. I don't. I mean, things were much less certain in the earliest of days with XRP and the XRP ledger. You know, can you imagine like 1 or 2 years in, and then you're like, I don't know, maybe 5 years from now it's just Bitcoin. You know, who knows? Well, it's not quite as scary. Like even from when I jumped in about 4 years ago. There's more certainty than there was then, and not that there's an incredible level of certainty here. Lots of different things could happen here, but it certainly doesn't feel as intimidating the more time passes and the greater adoption you see for XRP and the XRP ledger, despite what the SEC says, because the vast majority of adoption in trading, almost all of it actually, is outside of the United States, so it's not going to get stopped anyway. That's how I look at it. Now take a look at this. And this was RippleX, the official RippleX account that shared this tweet. That's how I came across it anyway. And they wrote, "Congratulations to Witte Wind and our friends at XRPL Labs. This is a positive next step in further expanding the utility of the XRP ledger." And so it is. Here's the XRPL Labs official Twitter account that shared the following. We're proud to announce that the integrators, which is the legal entity behind XRPL Labs, they're the creators of the Sum Wallet, successfully registered with the Dutch Central Bank, which is DNB, in line with regulations relating to cryptocurrency to fiat currency trading. This regulatory status is another positive step in developing our product, the Sum app. With this registration, we will soon be able to add fiat on-ramp and off-ramp to Sum, initially only for our Dutch users, but in time, we want to roll out this functionality more widely. How about that? A developer, not part of Ripple, developing on top of the XRP ledger, just partnered up with a central bank. How about that? It's just amazing, like the amount of building and adoption that's occurring with the XRP ledger. It's astonishing, like even in a vacuum, but compared to any other blockchain, it's like it's at their, if not the very top, then towards the top. It really is something. I'm thankful I've come across XRP and the XRP ledger when I did. I'll just leave it there. So let me know what you think. I'll go ahead and wrap this latest hot jam up right here. Let me know in the comment section below, just to verify that all of your senses were indeed tantalized. If not, then you get your view back. That's right. I don't know how I'm going to refund a view, but I will refund the view if all of your senses were not indeed tantalized. So let me know below, and we'll work that out. Maybe we can use the XRP ledger for that. There's probably a way to do it. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.